This is one of the most requested videos, so today I'm comparing the Galaxy Buds 3, Buds 3 Pro, Buds 2 Pro, and even the original Galaxy Buds Pro earbuds. If you already have the Galaxy Buds Pro and the new Buds 3 and Buds 3 Pro don't show significant improvements, upgrading would be a waste of money. Similarly, if you can get the Buds 2 Pro for much less, but they have a terrible price to quality ratio compared to the new ones, you might as well spend a little more and get the latest earbuds. In this video, you'll find out which pair is the winner, which offers the best value for money, and which ones might fall short. So which earbuds made the cut? Each one promises to deliver exceptional sound quality and comfort, but which one will come out on top? The key difference between all these earbuds is their shape and size. This difference affects almost everything else. The Buds Pro and Buds 2 Pro both have one thing in common. They don't have stems. On the other hand, the Buds 3 and Buds 3 Pro do have stems. The Buds 3 don't have ear tips, while the Buds 3 Pro do and also feature LED lights. In terms of practical use, I don't think the LED lights add much, except maybe for added safety at night. So I'm not giving them a point just for the cool LEDs, but because they might be helpful for some people who use them at night. You might think this is the most unique feature among them all, but there's actually more than meets the eye. What about the stems? Well, they're also not just a cool design factor and serve a purpose. The added stems also improve call quality by positioning the mics closer to the mouth, allowing them to pick up voices more directly. I'll show you soon if they actually hold up in a more demanding situation. And that brings us to the topic of comfort and fit. Due to the differences in shape and size, the comfort and fit can vary significantly. The Buds Pro and Buds 2 Pro are designed to stay entirely in the ears, while only the tips of the Buds 3 and Buds 3 Pro stay in the ears. This means two things. It's harder for the Buds Pro and Buds 2 Pro to stay in securely and not fall out. Secondly, the fact that the whole earbuds are in the ears means added discomfort, making you feel fatigued faster than with the Buds 3 or Buds 3 Pro. But among them all, the Buds Pro have the worst fit because they're just very big earbuds. The Buds 3 Pro have the most secure fit and the Buds 3 have the most comfortable fit. The reason the Buds 3 win in the comfort category is because they have an open fit design with no ear tips. As someone who's tried them all during different day-to-day activities and during my workouts, I can tell you with confidence that the Buds 3 really are the most comfortable to wear, and in fact, if their battery lasted, I could wear them all day long with no problem. The Buds 2 Pro are 15% smaller than the original Buds Pro, so they can also give you a tight and secure fit, but they can still get dislodged because of different ear shapes and sizes. For me personally, the left one usually gets loose and I have to adjust it constantly, while the right one stays in longer before becoming uncomfortable. In terms of comfort, the Buds 3 are the winner, while for a secure fit, especially during exercising, the Buds 3 Pro are the best choice. Alright, I'm jumping into the topic of noise isolation because, believe it or not, again, the difference in design of these earbuds make a difference here. Noise isolation includes two things: active and passive noise cancellation. Active noise cancellation, or ANC, involves the earbuds microphones picking up ambient noise and producing an anti-noise signal to cancel it out. This is why when we turn on the ANC, we hear a slight humming noise. It is the sound of the anti-noise signal, which can sometimes be heard in a quiet place. But the thing is, there's only so much you can cancel out. To get the best results, a tight and secure fit is essential. That's when good passive noise blocking comes into play. In other words, the better the passive noise blocking, the better the effect of ANC. So based on this information and the comfort and fit section, can you guys guess which earbuds probably have the best and worst noise isolation? All four earbuds offer active noise cancellation, but because the Buds 3 have an open fit design, they are the worst in this category. And I mean, the effect of noise cancellation is almost non-existent. The only thing you can hear is the anti-noise signal itself. So I say the ANC on the Buds 3 is pretty much useless, and turning it on would only reduce the battery life. Now, what about the other three? Well, as I said, the Galaxy Buds Pro earbuds don't have the most secure fit, resulting in a suboptimal passive noise blocking, which affects the ANC quality. The Buds 3 Pro have a strong ANC accompanied by good passive noise blocking, but I've noticed that sometimes a loud noise, like a banging noise or something, affects the ANC in a way that's hard to describe. The best way I could put it is that after such a noise, the ANC intensity wobbles a bit. But the winner in the category of noise isolation is actually the Buds 2 Pro. This is because both the ANC itself feels a bit more intense, and also they provide the best passive noise blocking, as the entire earbuds sit flush against the ears, as long as they stay in, of course. The ANC was part of the overall noise isolation in all 4 models, but there's also the Ambient Mode that all the earbuds have except the Buds 3. The Ambient Mode allows you to hear your surroundings better, and since the Buds 3 have an open fit design, they don't really need an Ambient Mode. But the Buds 3 Pro have an Ambient Mode that, on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being super artificial sounding and 5 being very natural, there may be a 3, but in the app there's actually a slider to change the intensity of the Ambient Mode. So if I decrease the intensity all the way, then I'd give it a score of 3.5 to 4. So there's definitely a trade-off here. Similarly, the Buds Pro have Ambient Mode with different intensity, but their Ambient Mode is definitely getting the worst score at the highest intensity, and that would be a 1 at the lowest intensity. It only improves to a 2. And finally, the Buds 2 Pro's Ambient Mode doesn't feature a slider control like the other ones, except as part of an accessibility feature like the rest of them. I'd give them a score of 3.5. Taking into account the natural sounding and comfort of hearing the Ambient Mode, the clearness of sound, and the extra features for fine-tuning the ambient sound, the Buds 3 Pro are the best and the Buds Pro are the worst. Now, when it comes to sound quality, I wanted to keep it simple. I listened to 5 reference tracks: 1 acoustic, 1 classical, 1 rock/pop, 1 EDM, and 1 jazz track. I'd say the Buds 3 Pro are the most pleasant to use, and they especially shine in EDM and pop, and the Buds Pro, with a lot of harsh, compressed and muffled sound, are the least pleasant to listen to. Today I'm comparing the Galaxy Buds 3, Buds 3 Pro, Buds 2 Pro, and even the original Buds Pro, which I'm wearing right now. All of these earbuds have a key difference that affects fit, comfort, noise isolation, and other things, and that's the difference in shape and size of them. Today I'm comparing the Galaxy Buds 3, Buds 3 Pro, Buds 2 Pro, which I'm wearing right now, by the way, and even the original Buds Pro. All of these earbuds have a key difference that affects fit, comfort, noise isolation, and other things, and that's the difference in shape and size of them. Today I'm comparing the Galaxy Buds 3, Buds 3 Pro, Buds 2 Pro, and even the original Buds Pro, and right now I'm wearing the Galaxy Buds 3. All of these earbuds have a key difference that affects fit, comfort, noise isolation, and other things, and that's the difference in shape and size of them. Today I'm comparing the Galaxy Buds 3, Buds 3 Pro, which I'm wearing right now, Buds 2 Pro, and even the original Buds Pro. All of these earbuds have a key difference that affects fit, comfort, noise isolation, and other things, and there's a difference in shape and size of them. Today I'm comparing the Galaxy Buds 3, Buds 3 Pro, Buds 2 Pro, and even the original Buds Pro, which I'm wearing right now. All of these earbuds have a key difference that affects fit, comfort, noise isolation, and other things, and that's the difference in shape and size of them. Today I'm comparing the Galaxy Buds 3, Buds 3 Pro, Buds 2 Pro, which I'm wearing right now, by the way, and even the original Buds Pro. And all of these earbuds have a key difference that affects fit, comfort, noise isolation, and other things, and there's a difference in shape and size of them. Today I'm comparing the Galaxy Buds 3, which I'm wearing right now, Buds 3 Pro, Buds 2 Pro, and even the original Buds Pro. All of these earbuds have a key difference that affects fit, comfort, noise isolation, and other things, and that's the difference in shape and size of them. Today I'm comparing the Galaxy Buds 3, Buds 3 Pro, which I'm wearing right now, Buds 2 Pro, and even the original Buds Pro. All of these earbuds have a key difference that affects fit, comfort, noise isolation, and other things. And that's the difference in shape and size of them. Today I'm comparing the Galaxy Buds 3, Buds 3 Pro, Buds 2 Pro, and even the original Buds Pro, which I'm wearing right now. All of these earbuds have a key difference that affects fit, comfort, noise isolation, and other things. And that's the difference in shape and size of them. Today I'm comparing the Galaxy Buds 3, Buds 3 Pro, Buds 2 Pro, which I'm wearing right now, and even the original Buds Pro. All of these earbuds have a key difference that affects fit, comfort, noise isolation, and other things. And that's the difference in shape and size of them. Today I'm comparing the Galaxy Buds 3, which I'm wearing right now, Buds 3 Pro, Buds 2 Pro, and even the original Buds Pro. All of these earbuds have a key difference that affects fit, comfort, noise isolation, and other things. And that's the difference in shape and size of them. Today I'm comparing the Galaxy Buds 3, Buds 3 Pro, which I'm wearing right now, Buds 2 Pro, and even the original Buds Pro. All of these earbuds have a key difference that affects fit, comfort, noise isolation, and other things. And that's the difference in shape and size of them. Now, in terms of additional features and functionalities, the Buds 3 Pro have an adaptive mode. In this mode, the ANC will kick in based on the intensity of the noise around you. As of now, this feature doesn't work that great because it needs a lot of noise to kick in or to get activated. And when you're in adaptive mode and there's no noise around you, it sounds like the ambient mode is on. So it's not like ANC versus off, but rather ANC versus ambient. I'm hoping there is going to be an update for this at some point to address this issue, or I'm just not going to use the adaptive mode that much. But remember when I said the LED lights aren't necessarily the most unique thing about the Buds 3 Pro? Well, a couple years ago, I discovered and shared with the world a feature of the Buds 2 Pro which technically isn't an intended feature, but this gives you a much better experience than what Samsung wanted to build. If I now wear the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro and double tap near my ears, that's right, near my ears, not the edge of the earbuds and not my ears, but near them, I can control the volume of them. With a double tap on the right side, I can increase the volume, and on the left side, decrease the volume. How cool is that, right? What Samsung built was a way to tap the edge of the earbuds, but it's kind of a hit or miss because many times that triggers a touch on the center, resulting in other things like pause or next song. This feature is also available on the Buds Pro, but I found it to be more responsive on the Buds 2 Pro when I tap near my ears. But this feature doesn't necessarily make the Buds 2 Pro the fastest in changing volume, because both the Buds 3 and Buds 3 Pro have a new feature called voice commands that allows you to control the media beyond just volume controls. Volume up. I use this feature all the time, and it's such a convenient way of controlling media hands-free. Sadly, none of the earbuds support multi-point connectivity, and as such, they're all losers in this category. So if you need earbuds with multi-point connectivity, go for something like Sony's XM5 earbuds. And unfortunately, none of them support any premium codecs. But since the Buds 2 Pro have 24-bit audio and Buds 3 Pro have 24-bit 96 kHz audio, and they have a dual amp system that powers the woofer and tweeter separately, they're definitely premium in that sense. But the catch here is that you need to have the latest Galaxy phone, and your audio source should support 24-bit audio to be able to hear the premium sound. Otherwise, it's going to get downscaled to 16 bits. So for example, if you have a Galaxy S10 Plus or even a Galaxy S24 Ultra and you listen to Spotify, you can't benefit from this feature. One last thing that separates the Galaxy Buds 3 and 3 Pro from the Buds Pro and 2 Pro is that they both have custom EQ, which can make a good difference if you're into creating your own EQ presets. When it comes to battery life, with the ANC on, you can get up to 5 hours with the Buds Pro, up to 5 hours and 15 minutes with the Buds 3, up to 5 hours with the Buds 2 Pro, and up to 6.5 hours with the Buds 3 Pro. So clearly, the Buds 3 Pro have the best battery life. And by the way, these values are based on my own testing. I don't care what Samsung says. But of course, these numbers are for brand new earbuds. For example, my 2-year-old Buds 2 Pro lasts for like only 3.5 hours. So which earbuds came out on top? In terms of the audio quality, the Buds 3 Pro came out on top, but the Buds 2 Pro were a close second. But if you get a good fit, with a great ANC, the Buds 2 Pro actually provide the best value for money. So what's the takeaway? If you're looking for the best fit and comfort, the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro are a clear winner. But if you're not a particularly active person and you'd like to wear your earbuds from 100% to 0% battery life every time with little to no ear fatigue, I'd recommend the Galaxy Buds 3 because of their open fit design. If you care about the ANC the most, the Buds 2 Pro give you the best ANC amongst all, as long as you get a good fit. I hope you liked the video and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, guys.